Now, both these players already have 2 losses here, so the loser of this match will not be able to make it to top 32. The winner will have a very solid chance, but not guaranteed.
Yeah, you definitely still have to rely on tiebreakers. Not every player with 2 losses will make it into top 32. So you're going to have to hope that the people you played along the way also did well throughout the tournament. And it looks like Cody's going to start things off with that Fire King Courtier Alconix.
I just want to point out, both these players have pointed out to the stream staff that they had no confidence going into this tournament. Rayhan really wanted to have a feature match as early as possible because he didn't think he was going to be in the tournament at this point. And Rhode mentioned as well, even in the intro here, that he thought he was going to be entering the Time Wizard event, but both these players here, one of them will likely make it to that top cut.
Yeah, come in with low expectations, but be happy to expect the best. So the Alconix is going to destroy Ponix from the hand, and he's going to add a copy of Fire King Kieran.
Chainlink 1, I will activate.
So this probably means he already has another copy of Ponix in the hand, I would guess.
I can only assume, or you already have Garunix, yeah. Ooh, Droll and Lockbird is very strong against the Fire King strategy, potentially cutting off Island.
Yeah, but a lot of times you add the Ponix with the Alconix, and then the Droll would have been absolutely devastating, but luckily he had the Garunix already, so he's able to keep getting these monsters on the field despite the Droll and Lockbird. So actually the way Cody went about this played into Droll pretty well.
Absolutely. When you already have Garunix set up, you are just stabilizing, and you set up your ways to interact on your opponent's turn really efficiently, and it's going to just be a threat every single turn now.
Definitely going to be the case. Fire King Avatar Arvata is going to be destroyed from the deck thanks to Garunix. Then its effect's going to special summon back the Ponix from the graveyard. The effect is negated, though he wouldn't be able to search anyway thanks to Droll and Lockbird. But that's 3 monsters on the field going straight to the graveyard for a Link Summon. And there it is, the Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames.
I will attempt to use Princess effect.
Sure. Princess effect is activated. We're likely going to be summoning back that Arvata. Gives you a little protection here from Nibiru the Primal Being. You have Garunix in the graveyard. You have the Ponix in the graveyard to come back. Princess, once Arvata uses its effect to send it to the graveyard, you will have access to that in the grave as well. All your interruptions are set up here.
Yep, definitely. And also has the Fire King High Avatar Kieran in hand that will also, if something goes wrong, will be able to trigger the Garunix in the graveyard.
Yeah, nice little insurance policy.
Yes, Sylvie's fine.
All right, Sylvie's going to be the first card we're going to see from Rayhan here.
Going to be able to grab a White Force spell from the deck.
Now it looks like Cody is holding 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird.
Yeah, he's going to have to take a taste of his own medicine here.
Grab Tails.
All right, going to add Tails.
On resolution, any triggers?
No.
All right, on resolution, Cody is going to use Droll and Lockbird. Tails of Life Force is another card that adds from the deck to the hand. While it'll still be useful to be able to be sent to the graveyard for the effect to be able to summon maybe a White Forest card potentially, it won't be searching for any more White Forest cards this turn.
And we've seen in previous matches how effective White Forest is at accessing all their cards. Every piece searches a different piece, and they bridge through all the different stories really efficiently. But under Droll and Lockbird, I want to see what this deck can actually do.
Droll is one of those cards that seems to be a pretty hard counter to White Forest because it makes them really rely on what they had in their opening hand. Because, yeah, as you mentioned, the deck is known for being able to add the pieces it needs throughout the turn in many different ways. All right, this does look like it has caused Rayhan to take a moment to consider his options. How can he play through this Droll and Lockbird best? He does have a copy of Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. Looks like he's going to set that face down. Is it a pass? Is this Droll and Lockbird that devastating?
I mean, I imagine so. He still has to play through the Arvata as well. He's
the
not able to get any resources on this turn to try to continue plays, and you're only playing into your opponent's cards. And yeah, now the Kieran will be able to trigger as well.
I would make like a little rocket ship out of my opening hand. And
I see when one player does something, usually the other player tries to match it.
Yep.
In standby
Nothing but
phase,
appreciation here. So it's going to be standby phase, and we're going to see the Perilia coming down here for Cody. This is really strong against White Forest because they do summon from the hand quite a lot.
Well, just taking a look at Cody's hand here, it looks like he has double Droll again. A little messy when you have already resolved your Perilia, but if you get a few cards out of it, it could be worthwhile.
Yeah, lots of interaction, and then that little baby bird, legendary Ponix.
Activate Deception.
All right, Deception and the Sinful Spoils is coming down for Rayhan. It's going to be his first move here in Game 2. Going to send Droll and Lockbird to the graveyard to try and add the hollowed Azamina from the deck to the hand.
That's a pretty costly one. Droll and Lockbird is typically very strong against the Fire King strategy. Not strong enough during that game number 1, but I mean the hand just lined up really well into it. I'm not sure if that's a card you really want to be throwing away here. But it looks like it might be the only monster in his hand.
Yes.
All right, the Hollowed Azamina is going to send a Sinful Spoil to the graveyard. He's going to send the Deception here to summon a level 4, level 6 Azamina. It's going to probably be Murasagio.
Yes.
This one lets him add any one of those Sinful Spoils to his hand.
Yeah, when I first read this card, I was like, any Sinful... Wait, this card can add Wanted to your hand? This is insane.
Go Hollowed.
I mean,
And
Wanted's gotten a
target the
little
Arceus
worse over time here,
So shuffle
but
back for cost.
in this deck, there's a lot more options other than
I will attempt to
that
duel this.
Sure.
Sinful Spoils of the Snake Eye.
Okay. Ooh, this is cool. So he's going... Did he... I guess he tried to return the
effect-
Azamina to the
No,
extra
no,
deck
the
to add
effect
back
add
the Hollowed Azamina. And that is going to be met by Ghost Bell in the Haunted Mansion. So Hollowed Azamina stays in the graveyard, at least for this turn.
Okay.
Thinking.
So at
Yeah,
least
no
that
worries.
would force Rayon to summon something from the hand at this position to try to get some more draws for Cody.
And Cody's definitely trying to get some more draws before he's forced to use that Droll and Lockbird to lock him out of the Mulcharmy draws.
I mean, if he does in fact have
Yes.
Ponix in his hand, then he's pretty happy with just forcing Rayon to pass here.
But Rayhan's going to continue his plays, activating Wanted, Seeker of the Sinful Spoils.
There is that Diabell Star.
All right. Looks like, I mean, I imagine his next move is going to be able to summon this Diabell Star. I think I might see Curse of Diabell in the hand.
Yeah, we'll see what he ends up giving away. It is Curse of Diabell. Gonna get
like
one
Chain
draw
2?
here, and then
Thinking here.
both the effect of Curse of Diabell will be able to trigger in the graveyard as well as Diabell Star on the field.
Oh, it looks like he drew into another point of interaction. That's right. It's an infinite impermanence coming down here on the Black Witch.
How many cards in hand?
It's going to cut him off pretty well, but I mean, there's still two bodies in the field. I don't know if Cody
Graphilia.
can assume that there are no Fiendsmith cards in Rayhan's deck.
I don't know any of the other cards in hand.
I mean, it's always a case that could be.
Oh, yeah, it's-
I mean, this is always where you kind of want to be with Azamina stuff. You want to get Roselia Gyalg on the field, then send it to the graveyard, then try and add back the Hollow Azamina. But you can see Rayhan was trying to navigate it a little bit differently to play around
Two
that
cards in hand?
Perilia.
Yes.
But now Droll and Lockbird is going to not only stop Rayhan from adding for the rest of the turn, but Cody will not be drawing from Perilia
Foolish
for the
Moments.
remainder of
Yeah.
this turn.
Yes.
Cody only has two cards in hand as well at this point. Rayhan able to activate the Foolish Burial Goods. We'll see what this can do under Droll and Lockbird here.
Black Gold laughs.
Oh, Blackout
Yes.
Laughs. Okay. Just setting up an interruption on your opponent's turn here.
Pretty cool. The Black Goat Blast will be able to banish that from the graveyard to prevent an effect from being activated by any card he names. I really like the Black Goat Laughs. It's a really cool card. Excellent name, excellent effect.
I suppose so.
I'm saying when I first read that card name, the Black Goat Laughs, I was like, oh, this is cool.
I will attempt to enter end phase.
Yes.
All right, and this is going to be it for Rahan. He does have the Black Goat Laughs, but besides that, there's nothing else. And then a huge draw here for Cody, potentially. But, you know, Rayhan's so smart putting his monsters in defense mode, knowing that sometimes Fire Kings do have to crash their fire monsters in to the opponent's monsters to trigger an effect like
what if I
Runix. So
read,
really
Black
smart
Goat
stuff
Laughs
here
real
from
quick?
Rayhan, seeing that he knows this matchup decently well, at least.
Yeah, he has played a lot. Maybe not so much recently, but when he practices, he does practices with purpose here. So he is well aware of what you had to do, even within Snake Eye format, of summoning your monsters in defense position, just so they couldn't even crash their Charmers in. Like crashing a Hida to add Poplar or Onyx into your Diabell Star was something that happened frequently. So just keeping those good habits from that.
All right, and Legendary Fire King Ponix is going to come down. Its effect is going to resolve to be able to add either a Fire King Skyburn or Sanctuary. It looks like he's going to go for Fire King Sanctuary.
We'll see if Rayhan has any response of his own. We already saw he lost the Droll and Lockbird for the effect of Deception. Does not to have another one.
Sure.
Sanctuary is going to resolve here, placing Fire King Island on the field.
I will attempt to activate the island.
Island is activating, likely going to be destroying that Ponix on the field to add another Fire King. Imagine we'll be grabbing...
Maybe Legendary, or the
I was
Fire
thinking-
King High Avatar Kieran.
Yeah, either Kirin or Ulconix, I think, at this point.
Just
No worries.
It
Because,
does seem
as
to
we
be his
saw-
two choices.
We saw he did draw Garunix for turn. Otherwise, that would be the easy pick.
Beautiful quarter-century secret rare Fire King Island.
Shows the appreciation for the deck, right?
Chainlink 1, I will activate Garunix's effect.
All right, so he is going to add the Kieran. And now this is going to...
Chainlink 2, I'll call Blackout lefts.
Yes.
So he's going to activate
Calling
Secret
Garunix.
Fire King
Yes,
Garunix
as well
effect.
as Sacred
And now
Fire,
he's going
yes,
to
yes.
chain the Black Goat last, calling the Garunix, so its effect won't be able to be activated once it is special summoned.
If that's going to hold it back for this turn, but he still has the Kieran in hand.
But without another fire monster to get on the field, he might be stuck with this Garunix on the field.
I know they both have effects.
He might end
so
up
I
just
destroy them on
choosing
my turn,
to
so-
use Kieran on it at some point and just hope that the Kieran has to leave the field by some other means.
Yeah, he's not. Cody's not going to ship yet. You don't really want to destroy either of these cards
Yeah.
on your turn because if you attack over the Black Witch, it'll summon itself back and be able to set a Sinful Spoil. If you attack the Murasalgyo, it also adds
It's
a
a little
Sinful
rough.
Spoil. So
Here,
yeah,
I
he's in a
will
tough spot.
attempt-
He's
The
already
Black
used
Goat
his
Lapse is
normal
very
summon.
good.
Yeah, that Foolish Barrel of Goods really coming in clutch here for
end
Rayhan.
phase.
Ooh, okay. That's fine.
Nothing.
Yeah, as a Fire King player myself, just
Okay.
having Garunix on the field
Come
does
on,
not feel good.
Yeah, a lot of knowledge here for Rayon. There's only one card unknown.
Okay.
Ponix goes back to the hand because it was destroyed.
Yeah, so he does have a form of interaction now. He can destroy that Ponix from his hand to summon the Kieran.
Hollowed Azamina, putting my
So he'll
Archaeologist.
have 2 level 8s on the field. So the Fire King Sanctuary will let him exceed summon on Rayhan's turn, but
I mean, we'll see
he's gonna
how
have to
far
do.
he can go.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it soon before the Hollowed Azamina summon like Ilya Sylvia, or he could just summon back the Murasalgyo he just put back.
I don't know if he
I'm
really
a
wants
big-
to do that because then he can't add back the Howler Doesn't Mean again.
True.
Looks like we're going to be
Philia
doing
Diabel
Philia
effect
Diabel. Because his opponent controls the monster, he can just special summon a level 8 from the deck.
Yep. So it's either gonna be the Diabels of the White Forest or the Diabel Star
Three
Vengeance.
and Alponics and Kieran, correct?
Correct.
Sorry, Diabel's the White Witch.
Vengeance.
All right. On resolution.
Yes.
I would
Brand new Secret Rare Alliance Insight is a beautiful card and a powerful one at that. But Droll and Lockbird coming down again here for Cody. Rayhan can't be happy to see another copy of Droll. This is the 3rd time he's gotten Drolled in
He's
2
been
games.
drolled every turn.
Every turn of this game he has been Drolled Lockbird.
Go Hollowed effect.
All right, so he's going to activate the Hollowed Azamina here. That means he already has the Sinful Spoils in hand that he's going to be able to send. Let's see if this prompts an effect activation here from Cody just to get the 2 level 8s on the field. And yep, that is exactly what he's doing.
Does Vengeance always count as a Sinful Spell card, right? Does that work with
Yep.
Howler Doesn't Mean?
Hey, you must have watched a trivia game yesterday. But yes, it does indeed. That is the Sinful Spoil card he's going to send to the graveyard with the Hollowed Azamina.
Yes.
Which is really cool because you can summon the Diabel Star Vengeance from the graveyard.
Yeah, getting maximum value here.
These cards work so well together.
Except for Witch of the White Forest. I
There's
don't
nothing
understand.
protecting this from card destruction. Either of them.
Nothing protecting it from card destruction. No.
All right, so it's going to...
So then,
One of the ones you don't see very often.
Yep, we got to pull up the text
effect,
on this one.
sending
It's
Kieran
not one
to
of the standard
Yeah,
go for
Azamina
it.
monsters.
But
I think
that-
it summons from the graveyard, if I remember
On
correctly.
summon, it sends a monster from Field of Grave.
Oh, is that what it
I
is?
will
Okay.
attempt to Chainlink 2 Sanctuary.
And now he's going to respond with the Sanctuary to try and exceed summon a Fire King using his Fire Kings.
This is threatening that Garunix that's going to destroy all other monsters on the field. There it is,
I will
Garunix
effect
Eternity.
Garunix Eternity to blow up the field.
The Diabel Star and the Azamina will be going to the graveyard. And now if this Garunix Eternity leaves, because it has 2 materials, it can revive 2 Fire Kings from the graveyard.
Yeah, that's really the best part about the Xyz Garunix is just the fact that it brings back 2 monsters, including it can summon itself back even.
Not that you'd really necessarily want to, but it could
It's
happen.
a lot of damage, yeah. I like that you can make it, you can like attack and then like during the battle phase, Fire King Skyburn, destroy it, summon back 2 monsters, attack. Get a lot of extra damage that way.
The deck has a lot of tricks available to it. We'll see what Rayhan can still do. Still under that Droll and Lockbird. Still has Vengeance in the grave.
And even though Cody has 0 cards in hand,
No worries.
that legendary Fire King Ponix will be returning to the hand during the next standby phase.
Yeah, Rayhan can't afford to give his opponent another turn here. I don't know if he has any options left over. Really considering himself right now. Gonna have to make a move soon. Looks like he's eyeing that Diabel Star Vengeance. Gonna be activating Spec in the graveyard to banish 2 spell traps to special summon himself.
Now, does Vengeance send a card on the field of the graveyard or destroy a card?
Pay half your life point to, I believe, destroy a card on the field.
Banish these 2.
That's not what he
Yes.
needs. He doesn't want to destroy the
Vengeance.
Grunigs.
Yes.
Curse the
Let's pull up
duel
the
effect.
Vengeance.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, I was
Fila
gonna say, I
duel
thought it
effect.
was Fila. Yeah.
5 gain, 5 minute attack.
Yes.
Alright.
When this card is destroyed, it floats back 2, right?
Yes. Up to the number of material it currently has.
Using the hidden ability of Fila to give Debuster Vengeance another 500 attack boost.
Every attack point matters.
And still doesn't want to have to get rid of the Garunix here. But
in
he
a
also
tough
can't let it
spot.
stay there.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. Yep.
Just has to pass.
Oof, and then the baby bird, the
Stand by.
legendary Fire King Ponix will fly back to the hand here for Cody.
Come back.
Looks like he drew another Ponix return
I will
here,
attempt
which is
to use
fine.
Fire
It's just
King
another
Islands.
fire to use to
Constant-
fuel the flames.
Fuel the there you go. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Asala. The water's warm. Join us over here in the land of puns and metaphors. And now, yeah, it looks like he's considering, which Ponix do I want to summon? He has a lot of options, actually. He could use the Sanctuary to destroy the Grunigs, to get his Sacred Fire King Grunigs into the graveyard, and get a search, and trigger the effect of the Xyz Grunigs to summon back monsters. So leading off of the Fire King Island could be really strong.
I imagine that is what you're doing here. He just needs to, especially if you're trying to potentially play around a copy of Drone Lockbird that was drawn for turn. You want to just get the maximum value out of your first interaction that you can.
And that does seem to be what Cody's doing here.
It looks like he's grabbing that Arvada now to give him protection from Rayhan's hand as soon as he's able to resolve this Garunix, or he just commits the normal summon.
I will.
Now, Garunix is going to be able to trigger here.
Chainlink 1 Eternity.
I suppose I should be calling it Garunix Eternity. There's so many Garunixes in this deck.
Young. Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard word to say. Yeah. Eternity is a good way to describe it.
Chainlink 2 Ponix.
All right, so Chainlink 1, Garunix Eternity, Chainlink 2 Ponix to hit the field because the monster was destroyed.
Yep.
Yes.
So what is he going to summon back with the
Oh,
Eternity?
sorry, my bad.
He's going to summon back the Sacred Fire King Grunix.
As well as the
And-
Kieran. Both materials
I
that were
will-
under it.
Chainlink.
So he'll still
1
be able to
Garunix,
summon the
Chainlink
Sacred Fire
2
King
Ponix.
Grunix in this turn with its own effect if he wants to get another copy from his deck at some point.
Yes.
Or the same one he gets summon from the graveyard.
Still plenty of aggression points available. Now the Ponix is going to be adding Skyburn. Garunix is going to just destroy another copy of Kieran from the deck. Kieran is going to be able to destroy the Vengeance and then special summon another Fire King from hand or graveyard, likely going to be summoning that Arvada in the hand that was added off the Fire King Island. And then it should be really easy to clean up by just going to battle phase.
Yeah, he still has his normal summon available as well. Yeah, it's just going to go ahead and its normal summon. Oh no, he is just using the Kieran to summon it from hand and destroy the Vengeance.
Mind if I check graveyard really quick?
Yep, just confirming what Rayhan has available in the graveyard here.
Make
See
sure
if there's any effects. Likely nothing here.
I mean, you got to feel for Rayhan just getting Drone Lockbird every turn of the duel.
24?
Yep.
39?
That should do it.
Is that game?
Yes.
Is that game? It's a lot of damage.
Yes.
He has more damage too. Like he can like Skyburn.
Yes,
Oh no, I think
39
Skyburn has to
plus
destroy your
24
opponent's card. So
65 plus, or 63 plus 18.
yeah, there's 3,900
That
from
was
the
like
Grunigs.
91.
Yes.
Or 81, rather. Sorry.
Just doing some math here. This is
Good game.
yep, and that's it.